Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is the 68th part of What If Deku Was a Magical Girl Mascot. Quirk, Magical Girl Mascot. The author of this great fanfic is Emma Ively. Links to them and original story in the description. Chapter 68, Unwanted Answers. Izuku was slowly regained consciousness as he laid on the bed in the agency's infirmary. "Hey, you okay?" asked Togata. "What happened?" asked Izuku. "We don't know," said Bubble Girl. "I called UA, they said someone will be over quickly," said Sir Night-Eye. That was when there was a knock the door. Sir Night-Eye opened the door. It was Toshinori and Inko, who had very messy hair. "Mom?" asked Izuku. "Oh, thank goodness," said Inko. "Are you okay?" "I think so," said Izuku. "What happened to your hair?" "Oh, this," said Inko. "I called the school less than 5 minutes ago," said Sir Night-Eye. Izuku quickly realized. "You took the All Might Express?" asked Izuku. "I did," said Inko. Izuku nodded. After all, Toshinori was known for jump from Hokkaido to Tokyo in just minutes. It would take a fraction of the time to get to the Night-Eye agency from there. "Sweetie, what happened?" asked Inko. "I accidentally made a bond earlier," said Izuku. "Something happened with the bond and that's why I passed out, but I don't know what happened with the bond yet." "When you passed out, everyone had gotten the feeling something terrible had happened," said Toshinori. "Before we left, I checked your classroom while Toshinori checked Melissa. They all had the same feeling," said Inko. Izuku nodded, realizing whatever made him pass out the others felt it as well, though not the extent. "Who died you bond with?" asked Inko. "The daughter of someone I'm investigating," said Sir Night-Eye. "She was scared and in so much pain and I just wanted to help her," said Izuku, "but she was too close to me so the light hit her immediately." "It wasn't like with Koda," said Inko, remembering the story she heard about Koda almost bonding. Izuku nodded. "The bond's fine for now, hopefully it won't happen again," said Izuku. "I'm going to give you permission to discuss this case with your other partners," said Sir Night-Eye. Izuku turned back human. "I really hope it doesn't happen again," sighed Inko. Izuku nodded. "I'll take all of you back to school," said Toshinori. Izuku's tail started to wag. "I know what's going is serious, but," said Izuku. "It's fine," said Sir Night-Eye, "considering the day you had a ride on the All Might Express is something that should cheer you up." Izuku blushed at that remark. The two students plus Inko quickly got back to school. After getting back, Recovery Girl quickly checked over Izuku and found nothing wrong, so he headed back to the dorms. As school was still going on, he waited for his partners to return. Soon enough, most of them came to the dorms with Melissa joining them. "Oh right," said Izuku. "Achiko and Tsu have a work-studies interview. They said the train ride would take a while, so you can include them with telepathy," said Tenya. Izuku nodded, knowing that he was going to keep it quiet. He activated for all of his partners but Eri. "Izuku, are you okay?" asked Achiko. "We heard you passed out," thought Tsuyu. "I'm fine, but I don't know what happened, but it had to do with something that happened earlier," thought Izuku. "Wait, is it?" asked Shoto. "I accidentally bonded with a little girl earlier," thought Izuku, "and her father is being investigated by Sir Night-Eye." "Wait, are you serious?" thought Katsuki. "I'm serious," thought Izuku, "and she's hurt and scared." "Oh no," thought Achiko. They felt a protective wave form Tsuyu. It made sense, as Tsuyu did have two younger siblings. "Are you going to contact her?" asked Shoto. "I should," thought Izuku. "Though maybe we should go to our rooms," thought Ida. They noticed the looks the rest of the class were giving them. So they decided to head to Katsuki's room as it has future the rest could use. Don't worry, it's going to be fine, reassured Inko. We'll be here, thought Achiko. Izuku opened the telepathy to Eri. In the compound where Eri was he was looking at the necklace. Chisaki had noticed it earlier and tried to steal it, but couldn't due to the shield that stopped it. Still, they didn't put the bandages on and her skin was free of scars. She didn't understand. Eri. She heard a voice. Who's there? She asked. We're not actually there, we're talking through mind, explained the voice that was Izuku, just thinking we're hear you. Who are? She thought. I'm the boy you met earlier, called out Izuku. The one who gave me the neck and dress and took away my scars? Asked Eri. I am, thought Izuku. Wait, what was that about scars? Demanded Katsuki. Sorry, we're not alone, thought Izuku. Really? Asked Eri. That's right, for we are here, called out Toshinori. What? Asked Eri. She doesn't get the reference, sighed Melissa. You're not the only one who I bonded with, thought Izuku. Really? Asked Eri. We all bonded with him, thought Toru. Bonded? Asked Eri. The necklace I gave you bonded us together. Have you heard of magical girls? Thought Izuku. Somewhat, thought Eri. If you grab your necklace you can transform, thought Izuku. Eri did and was surprised when the dress appeared once again. She felt so happy when it did. But then a feeling of dread hit her. I have to hide it, thought Eri. He transformed back. Don't worry, we will help you, thought Izuku. We trying to find out something about your dad, thought All Might. He's not my dad, thought Eri. There was an awkward silence. What? Mentally yelled most of the others. The fuck? Mentally muttered Katsuki. He tells people that, but he's not my dad, thought Eri. Everyone was quiet. I'm going to figure out a way to rescue you as soon as possible, thought Izuku. Please, he hurts me, mentally cried Eri. He hurts me so much. It won't happen right away, but we will save you, thought All Might. Don't worry, those fuckers don't know what's coming, thought Katsuki. Katsuki. Don't curse in front of her, thought Tenya. She's being held by the Yakuza. She's probably heard way more cursing, pointed out Katsuki. Well, thought Tenya. Just admit you're wrong, thought Tsuyu. Eri giggled knowing they were trying not cheer her up. We won't be able to pop in, but when I can I will, and I'll bring all I can along, thought Izuku. Don't worry, we'll all help you, thought Inko. They talked to Eri a bit longer before ending the call. I have to call Sir Night-Eye right now, said Izuku. Wait. Before you do, said Katsuki, have you figured that teleportation thing yet? No. I haven't even tried to figure it out, said Izuku. I haven't needed since. That was when they all realized what Katsuki was getting at. I need to figure it out, said Izuku. Katsuki nodded. Izuku then called Sir Night-Eye with the news that Eri wasn't his daughter. All. We need more evidence, but this will go a long way, replied Sir Night-Eye. Katsuki held Izuku's hand as he was on the phone. We're still gathering evidence, said Sir Night-Eye, but this will go a long way. He's hurting her badly, enough to leave scars, said Izuku. Sir Night-Eye was quiet. He can heal people instantly. There was an incident involving another set of villains. After he dealt with them, they not only that but old conditions and injuries were gone. explained Sir Night-Eye. Wait, are you saying? Said Izuku. He's leaving scars on purpose, said Sir Night-Eye. Izuku started to shake. I don't think I need any information from her anymore, said Sir Night-Eye. Really? Asked Izuku. We're going to save her, all right. Aid Sir Night-Eye, just reassure her it's going to be fine. Okay, said Izuku. Thank you for this information. Aid Sir Night-Eye. The call ended. He has the information he needs, said Izuku. That's a relief, sighed Toru. We just have to reassure when we do our telepathy calls, said Izuku. Of course, said Tenya. That night they had another call and included Eri. This time was a very happy. Ryukyu had accepted Achiko and Tsuyu for work studies. What's work studies? Asked Eri. It's a thing where hero students learn more how to be heroes, said Tsuyu. I was doing mine when we met, said Izuku. Are you all trying to be heroes? Asked Eri. Most of us, replied Katsuki. I'm not, admitted Inko. I'm just Izuku's mom. Really? Asked Eri. They all felt a sadness from Eri. What's wrong, Eri? Asked Inko. When my mom left me, she called me a monster, mentally cried Eri. Oh, Eri, said Inko, you're not a monster and I will never call Izuku one either. Really? Asked Eri. I will never say such horrible things. I promise, said Inko. Eri could feel warmth and love coming from the bond. It was clear from the others that Inko was trying hard to get her feelings across. Okay, replied Eri. They also explained Melissa wasn't trying to be a hero but some who supports heroes and that Uncle Might was a hero. The next day during class, Izuku was trying to work when he felt the broken feeling again and passed out. The students as this and felt the bad feeling. Deku! Yelled Katsuki. She picked up Izuku. What happened? Asked Ectoplasm. It happened yesterday, work studies, said Katsuki. We don't entirely know what happening, said Ida, but according to All Might and Mrs. Midoriya he should wake up soon. Ectoplasm nodded. Take him to the infirmary just in case, said Ectoplasm. Katsuki nodded. Recovery Girl sighed when she saw and quickly gave Izuku the clear when he woke up. That night they did explain to Eri something about Shoto, Tenya, and Toshinori. So if I meet them in real life they will have different voices, thought Eri. Yeah, if I use my power on a boy they turn into a girl, thought Izuku. Our minds are still male but our physical voices are female, explained Tenya. I'm sure you've heard of me. I am All Might, thought Toshinori. I haven't, thought Eri. There was an awkward silence. Oh, mentally pouted Toshinori. The others giggled at this. The next day Izuku passed out again. Thankfully not during any of the classes but in the middle of the dorm common room. Of course it was a happy conversation that night to cheer Eri up. However, the next day was the worst day yet. They were doing a water exercise as the USJ. At first Izuku was doing fine thanks to Tsuyu's quirk. However, that was when he passed out in the middle of the flood zone. Midoriya! Yelled Aizawa seeing this. He managed to fish him out. As he did the gem shined. He didn't inhale too much, he said. He gave Izuku to Shoto so she could dry him off with her fire. This only happens once a day, it won't happen again, said Shoto. How can you be sure? Asked Aizawa. That was when suddenly Izuku flinched, and all of the magical girls felt the terrible thing happen again. As Shoto counted the dry off Izuku, the gem glowed again. However, just a minute later Izuku flinched again in his unconscious state and they all got the horrible feeling. Thankfully it was the last time. Izuku woke up. I don't know, but I know it happened twice more, said Izuku. It did, said Shoto. Izuku tried not to cry as he still didn't know what caused it. That night when they did the telepathic call they could feel Eri's pain and fear. Eri, what's wrong? Asked Izuku. He's hurting me more than before, cried Eri. Hurting you how? Asked Shoto, becoming protective. I don't know, he always takes something from me and after he does the necklace heals me, so he decided to try to take more and it worked, cried Eri. What did he take? Asked Izuku. I don't know, cried Eri. All of the ones in the bond knew they had to reassure Eri that it was going to be fine and they would protect when they can. Over the course of the next few days, Izuku passed out many times, but it lasted longer with the Filches, but he was fine afterwards. One day though the class was excited as Kirishima also got his work studies in. Not only that, but he and Achiko and Tsuyu both got into very public fights, which the class was excited about. You better not getting better than me, shitty hair, muttered Katsuki to Kirishima. Well, said Kirishima. What's that supposed to mean? Asked Katsuki. But you were a big inspiration for the fight, said Kirishima. I have to show you what I did during the fight. Katsuki blinked and blushed. That's so amazing, said Izuku with his tail wagging. Your work studies has been quiet, said Mina. It's fine, said Izuku nervously. I mean the one I'm with isn't as public with the... Then he got the breaking feeling and he passed out again. The class looked at him. Still any closer in stopping this? Asked Kaminari. No, we really hope we can stop this soon, said Achiko. Achiko picked up her boyfriend and held him as he was unconscious. A couple days later they were doing their homework together. Izuku sighed. After the incident where he nearly drowned, they made it so he couldn't do hero classes unless he had his blackout for the day earlier in the day. Meaning he missed out hero classes that day, unfortunately. Look Deku, it will be fine, you'll figure it out, said Katsuki. I don't want to miss out on classes because of this though, said Izuku. You're missing out on classes due to your work studies though, said Tsuyu. But that's different, said Izuku. And of course that was when he passed out with the associated feelings. They placed the unconscious Izuku on Achiko's lap. She gently stroked his head as he was unconscious. Excuse me, said Yayorozu. What? Asked Katsuki. I wanted to ask you something, said Yayorozu. Before she could ask, Izuku's gem started to glow again. I wanted to ask you if Izuku's new partner is alright? Asked Yayorozu very quietly. How the fuck did you find out? Asked Katsuki. His gem, said Yayorozu. I noticed there was another color, white, and it's different than Hagakure's color. None of them knew how to respond. Okay, that makes sense and I'm no longer angry, said Katsuki with eye twitching. That's really impressive you noticed, sobbed Tsuyu. Yayorozu blushed a second but then pushed it down. I didn't want to say anything but his passing out is getting worse, said Yayorozu. We are very much aware, said Tenya. That was when they all felt the bad thing happen again as the unconscious Izuku flinched. Why is this happening? Asked Yayorozu. We're not sure, said Tenya. Our only guess is that it has to with her. Are they? Said Yayorozu, thinking it was an unhealthy bond somehow. She not a villain, said Achiko. Never say that about her, said Katsuki. Yayorozu nodded, realizing that it was something. That was when Toru noticed something. Guys, the white is gone, said Toru. What? Asked Katsuki. The white is gone from his gem, said Toru. They looked at the gem shifted between the 9 colors, which didn't include white. There was silver but not white. Then the gem started to glow again. And once the glow ended, they all noticed white had returned. What does that mean? Said Ochako. Shit! Yelled Katsuki at the top of her lungs. They all looked at Katsuki, including those not part of the conversation. We need to go one of our rooms now, said Katsuki. Or go to my room, it's closer, said Yaoyorozu. As whole she wasn't a partner, she was now part of the conversation. They headed to her room as her was the closest to the ground floor. During that time they felt the bad thing happening, and once he placed on Yaoyorozu's bed, and when placed there his gems started to glow. It happens in threes, said Tenya. Hopefully it's the last time. I will fucking kill him. I don't care if I get in trouble, but he fucking deserves death, yelled Katsuki. That sick bastard is a fucking monster. Katsuki, please calm down, said Tenya. Getting angry isn't going to help right now, said Tsuyu. That was when they noticed that Katsuki was crying. Please tell us, what did you figure out? Asked Shoto. I'll explain when Izuku wakes up, said Katsuki. All of them knew what was serious due to the fact that she called him by his name. Thankfully a fourth didn't happen, and after several minutes Izuku finally woke up. Izuku noticed that Katsuki was crying. Kaken, said Izuku. Izuku, I figured out what has happened, cried Katsuki. What is it? Asked Izuku, becoming concerned. Katsuki grabbed Izuku and held him tightly. He's not just hurting her, cried Katsuki, he's fucking killing and bringing her back to life. Izuku froze and realized what she mean, and finally he had all of the pieces. I'm passing out because our bond is breaking, and when she's revied our bond reforms, since the breaking wasn't my doing, realized Izuku, and that's why the bond heals her. It's because the rebonding is healing any new injuries from death. We never knew what would happen if one of us died, muttered Katsuki, and now we know. Kaken, can you let me go? Said Izuku, I need to tell Sir Night-Eye right now. But that was when he noticed he was in Yaoyorozu's room. Wait, why are we in here? Asked Izuku. They quickly explained how Yaoyorozu found out about Eri and how. Oh, that makes sense, said Izuku. Don't worry, I haven't told anyone else, said Yaoyorozu. Izuku nodded and Katsuki let go so he could make the call. He took out his cell phone and called his hero mentor. Ochako climbed next to him as sat down on the best. She grabbed his arm and held it tightly. Midoriya, is there a reason why you're calling? Asked Sir Night-Eye. I have discovered something really important about Eri, said Izuku, but I need to know about Chisaki's quirk first. Alright, it's called Overhaul. It allows him to take apart and reassemble them on the atomtronic level, explained Sir Night-Eye. That's how he's been doing it, said Izuku. What do you mean? Asked Sir Night-Eye. The reason for my passing out, the reason why all of my partners feel like something terrible has happened, it's because he's been killing her and bring her back to life, explained Izuku. It's worse than I thought, said Sri Night-Eye. What is? Asked Izuku. I will explain tomorrow when you come the agency, said Sir Night-Eye. All right, said Izuku. Also, I should tell you, one of my classmates found about Eri. How? Demanded Sir Night-Eye. She figured it out on her own. When I'm in my mascot form, my gems changes to all of the colors that match the colors of my partners, said Izuku. So gold for All Might and green for your mother, said Sir Night-Eye. That's right, said Izuku, and white for Eri, she noticed. Make sure she keeps it a secret, said Sir Night-Eye. Izuku nodded. All right, I will see you tomorrow, said Sir Night-Eye. Wait. I have been trying to figure out the teleportation aspect of my quirk. said Izuku, if I'm able to figure two out. Of course, said Sir Night-Eye, if you're able to rescue her like that then I give permission for you do so. She needs to be secured as soon as possible. Thank you, sir, said Izuku. See you tomorrow, said Sir Night-Eye. Izuku hung up the phone and looked at his partners and Yaoyorozu. Please don't try to kill him, said Izuku, you will get in trouble. Honestly I can't believe I'm saying but I'm with Katsuki, said Tenya. Tenya, no, said Shoto. Homicidal rage isn't the right call to make, said Izuku. Even he's killing a little girl we can't murder, even if the bastard deserves it, said Toru. I'm sorry but I'm on team murder, said Tsuyu. Tsuyu not too, said Izuku. I keep imagining Satsuki in her place, said Tsuyu. That's 3 for murder, said Katsuki. Kaken. We can't murder him, said Izuku. Okay, all of you need to calm down, said Yaoyorozu, even if this villain is repeatedly killing someone. A little girl, added Katsuki. Yaoyorozu looked briefly horrified but calmed down. That might be you all need to calm down, said Yaoyorozu. I've seen what could happen when you're all irrational thanks to the bond, so please calm down. Izuku breathed a sigh of relief, glad that Yaoyorozu was there to calm everyone down. Katsuki sighed and pulled Izuku away. Come on. Let's go to your room and figure out how to do that teleport thing, said Katsuki. I'll go with him, sighed Ochako. Same, sighed Toru. They were able to other than figuring that it probably had to with Izuku being in mascot form. They also managed to get word to Inko, Melissa and Toshinori at what was happening. Needless to say none of them were happy at why Izuku was passing out. That night after Katsuki made sure that Izuku stopped lest he spent all night trying to figure it. He did the group telepathy. Eri, are you okay? Asked Izuku. I'm okay, whimpered Eri. I'm going to find a way to rescue you soon. I promise. It might take a while, but I will, thought Izuku. The others in the telepathy didn't say anything. After all, they were angry about it. Still, they all knew they had to rescue Eri, no matter what. That will be it for this part. I hope everyone enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and comment if you want part 69. If you want to hear more from me, subscribe. I hope to see you all in the next one.